you own it. Let every mile bring a smile, yeah.
Welcome back. Another episode of the Road to Life podcast with Meredith and Craig.
I'm stoked about this episode, and I think we're going to ruffle a few feathers with this episode.
This is going to be an interesting episode. Yeah. This is based on recent experience.
Yep.
Recent experience for us.
So, to set the stage,
What are we talking about, McKay? Let's get it going.
what we're talking about at the end of the day, what we always talk about is that we're a team. Team first. Marriage is a team sport always. But we're talking about a really specific angle on this.
Set the stage, McKay.
We are, historically, very competitive people.
Can confirm.
Do you remember when we were working in Calgary and we used to always park at that parkade across the street, and we'd go up the stairs, across the walkway, the skyway thing, down the stairs, and we would, every morning on our way to work, race to the bottom of those stairs.
Yeah. Dangerous as hell, too.
Super.
But yeah. I do.
Well,
You would always win. Most of the time.
Most of the time, yeah.
Your legs move faster than mine.
I'm very fast downstairs.
Yeah, you're very quick.
Yeah. But we were super competitive early days. I've got a reputation among my friends. I'm super competitive.
Can confirm.
You're also competitive.
I'm very competitive.
We're both.
I come from competitive stock. My dad is one of the most competitive people I know. He'll compete with anything.
Your dad is super
Who
competitive.
can peel this orange the fastest? Who has the strongest handshake? Who, like, literally anything.
Yeah, true. And there's probably lots of stories you could tell about competing against your dad until you beat him once.
Until you beat him, and then he doesn't want to do it
doesn't want to
anymore.
play anymore.
No.
So we are both super competitive people, and we come from very competitive people, and we enjoy competition. It's part of the reason we love sports.
Mm-hmm.
We love competing and we love competition. However, we've recently learned that our approach to competing is weird. We were playing board games, different games with some friends, and we have taken the approach in our relationship and in our life that we are on the same team. And so we were playing a board game as individuals with a group of people. And in the end, we were still on the same team. We worked together. We made trades. We did what we had to do within the bounds of the rules. And I won the game.
I think it's a huge opportunity for lessons learned here because not everyone around that table felt the same way. There was a very individualistic approach to the game, even though there were other people in that game that had relationship like we do, like a partner at the table. They did not play as a team, and they did not win.
And they tried.
And they really wanted to win.
They really did want to win. And most of them tried to
dissuade us from participating or being teammates.
Correct.
They tried to pit us against each other.
Correct.
And could not do it.
Nope. And then we followed up, played another game, another time, completely different game with a whole bunch more people, and
same outcome.
Still.
They still tried to mess us up, and you still won.
And then we took a lot of heat.
We did take a lot of heat.
We took a lot of heat from people that night about...
That's not how this game's supposed to be played. We didn't cheat.
You guys are on the same team.
We didn't cheat.
Oh, you guys are always on each other's team. Like, it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we took a lot of heat that night.
My take on it is practice like it's the game.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a big deal, but we're always on the same team. Like, literally always. And you're never going to get us off of that. And it's that mindset, I think, that makes our relationship so strong that when the time comes where we really do need to be a team, it's second nature.
Right.
Because
we've built the muscle.
Mamba mentality.
I was just going to say that.
We've been practicing for the game the entire time. So when the game happens, when the big playoff moment happens, it's second nature.
Right.
We're just a team.
Yeah.
And we conquer. So the fact that we're playing this stupid game, in the grand scheme of things, it does not matter that we won or lost. But the fact that we played it like a team, it just is another rep for when the real thing happens that we're going to play as a team.
Right.
And when you play as a team, you're more likely to win, as evidenced by both of those games. You won them both.
I did.
But that just reinforces the fact that when we play on a team, we win.
Yeah.
And it also happened years ago at a crib tournament.
Oh, that's right.
And we randomly selected our partners. And I luckily,
I
had the first pick. And I picked you.
Yeah.
And they all gave me grief.
Yeah.
They all were like, come on, you can't pick your wife. Because everyone else at that table, it was all married couples. And everyone else was paired off differently. They weren't with their spouse. But you and I were with each other.
Correct.
And we won that tournament too.
Sure did.
It was a practice round that we played like it was a game.
Yeah. And so what we're talking about is that we do life like teammates in everything that we do. And that means we have the same goals. We support each other. We cheer each other on. We lift each other up. We always have each other's back. And it's not about keeping score against each other. When one of us wins, we both win. And that is the attitude and the approach we take in all areas of life, even when it's not important. Because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
And everything is important. It's all the little things add up to the big things.
Yeah.
We say it time and time again.
You don't get to just put the teammate jersey on in your marriage when it's convenient for you. Because if you're putting it on, that means you're taking it off. If you're putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off. That means some days, sometimes, you're not teammates. And in your marriage, you have to be teammates all the time. When one wins, you both win, even in a stupid card game.
Even in a stupid board game when they're trying to pit you against each other. Yeah, but she has something. You want to stab her in the back. It's like, there's no chance that's happening. So stop right there.
And it's interesting even because we're in an Airbnb and the Airbnb has Yahtzee. And so we've been playing a little Yahtzee here and there, like on a date night, something different to do, just to spend some quality time. And it's just the two of us. So literally, you're playing against me, I'm playing against you. There's no one else playing. Someone has to win. However, when it's your turn to roll the dice and you're trying to get something, I do find myself rooting for you to get the dice that you need.
Right. Yeah. I want you to get Yahtzee on every roll.
Yeah.
You're not going to. Of
course
but
not.
I'm rooting for it. And when you need the full
3
house or
fives.
whatever it is, I'm rooting for you to get that. 100%. Because at the end of the day, this stupid game does not matter. It's really just about having a little fun and connecting in the moment. That's what it matters. The outcome of the game does not. But the outcome of us being teammates and rooting for each other will always matter. Will always make a difference towards when the real game happens, which is going to happen in life. When the chips are down and the things happen and you now have to become a team and get through this challenge, that's when it's going to matter.
Yeah. It's like professional athletes, right? Like they don't just show up. Like Tom Brady didn't just show up for the Super Bowl. Tom Brady works out, eats properly, practices, stretches. He lives every day like it's the Super Bowl. Kobe Bryant, like he might have just won the championship last night. He's in the gym the next morning. Like those guys live life the same way every day. They're practicing every day like it's the championship game. Professional athletes, you know, Usain Bolt runs for 9 some odd seconds once every 4 years. Used to. And so he didn't just show up
on race day,
every 4 years. Every 4 years, ready to run for 10 seconds or less, much less. He had to put in the work every single day to build the muscles so that he could show up on race day. So that's exactly what you're saying is we treat our marriage like we're professional athletes and we don't know when the championship is going to come. We don't know when the big obstacle is going to come barreling down the highway at us, but we know that we're going to be ready for it because we treat every day like it's game day.
Not enough people treat their marriage like they're professional. Like you want to be a professional spouse.
Yeah.
You want to be a professional husband. You want to be a professional wife. And to do that, you have to show up every day giving your best, not just in the important, shiny, big moments that the games. You have to show up every day. Practice like it's a game. That was one thing that at that table that most of them did not understand that.
It's like Greg and Kayla say, it's weird that it's weird.
Yeah. It's weird that it's weird.
Okay. I think we've made the case that, well, we've been making it for most podcast episodes since we started this, that your marriage is a team. You are teammates before everything else.
The team, the team, the team.
The team, the team, the team. And so I think in this particular episode, we've made the case that it's not the team when it's convenient, it's the team always. So how do you build that muscle to be a great team, to be a great teammate all the time?
When you win, I win. You have to adopt the mindset of we're in this together. If you win, I win. It doesn't matter if you're doing an individual goal. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm there. When you win, I win. If we're playing a game, as we've just talked about, when you win, I win.
Yeah.
I was pumped.
Yeah, for sure.
I was like, ha, suckers. You tried to get us against each other and she beat all your asses.
Yeah.
And I helped her.
And because you helped me, now we're even seen as we won together.
Yeah.
So
when you win, I win.
100%.
Look, I wasn't going to win that game, but I hitched my wagon to someone who was going to win it.
But I think 100% we win It's we win, always.
And Greg, talks about this too, is you take a me to a we.
Yeah.
You go from me to we.
As fast as you possibly can.
As fast as you possibly can, and there's no faster way than getting married. You're now a we.
Yeah.
You're now a we.
Totally.
You went from a me, you go through life, it's me, 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 me. You get married, nope, it's we, 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 we.
Very much.
100%.
Next, your North Star.
You got to remember the goal.
The
What are you
fastest
doing?
way to get on the same team, besides signing your marriage license, I guess, is aligning on your goals.
To be clear, signing a marriage license does not give you the mindset. You have to still do the work to get to the we.
100%.
Yeah. If it were as easy as signing a marriage license, we'd have a lot of teams that were thriving, and there's a lot of teams out there that are not.
Correct. The North Star. What really puts you on the same team is not getting married. It's having the same goals. It's aligning on your shared vision of the future. That North Star that you're both driving for, that you're rowing
fuel.
in the same direction.
It's fuel.
You need that.
Yeah.
That's what puts you on the same team.
We talked about it. Every day, practice like it's the game. The small moments, if you're a team in the small moments and you practice in those small moments and be ready for those big moments, you have to treat all of those moments like they're going to be the big moments. Like, you don't take a day off. Kobe Bryant doesn't take a day off. Michael Jordan doesn't take a day off. You don't take a day off from your marriage. You're a professional spouse.
You don't take a day off from being teammates with your spouse.
Exactly.
So you check in, you align, you get on the same page. You check in on how you want to deal with the kids thing. You make sure you're on the same page for what's coming up for the weekend. Like, you are a team. We are playing a board game, you're on the same team, even when you're just the two of you playing.
And that dovetails into hold yourself to that standard. Be the Mamba mentality. Be the Michael Jordan of marriage. Be that person that every moment is a moment where I have an opportunity to hold my standard or fall below my standard. What am I going to do in those moments? Because it's those moments that matter.
You either have standards or you don't.
Exactly. But then you have to also celebrate
Yes.
as a team.
That's the biggest
When
one.
teams win, what do?
They celebrate.
They hoist that cup.
I mean-
they drink out of the cup.
I love
Hoist the trophy.
the shot of the dressing room after the championship where they're all in like the ski
Goggles,
goggles and the plastic is
champagne.
everywhere and the champagne is like, they don't miss a chance to celebrate when they win.
They're throwing trophies off the back of boats.
Not recommended.
This is Tom Brady. They're celebrating.
Yeah.
And they're celebrating. And there's parades and there's dancing. They're in the bars. I don't recommend, but they're celebrating.
They celebrate as a team.
100%.
And I think that's an important regular practice. Like we jokingly talking about, like when you win the championship, you celebrate, but you also celebrate every game and every practice. And you have to celebrate all the small wins so that you also get to the big wins.
Yeah, it builds momentum. All right. So when you do all those things, when you celebrate, when you show up as teammates, you hold the standard, you're a professional spouse, what does that do for you?
But you win. And that's all that matters.
Deep trust. We build trust
Yeah.
when we show up for each other.
Intimacy.
We build trust, better communication. It's like all the things that come up for people when they say my relationship's struggling, those all improve. The communication, the intimacy, the trust, all the
Yeah,
connection, all the things, those improve.
Yeah.
When you show up every day and you're that professional spouse and you practice like it's the game every day, all of that stuff goes away. It's really not that hard when you think about it, and it's really not that complicated, but it's really, really simple. But it can be hard to execute. It's not easy to show up every day as your Mamba mentality, being the spouse, practicing every day like it's a game,
Teammates.
doing all the things every single day. But that's literally the difference between having connection, trust, communication, and intimacy all humming along in your relationship. It's really just showing up as your best self every day.
And it goes back to a episode we recorded a little while back now, but choose your hard. Like, it's not easy to show up like this every day, to be teammates every day, to take that we first approach, like we win together. It's not easy.
No.
But neither is being disconnected, neither is feeling at odds with each other, neither is feeling the friction and feeling like you're rowing in different directions and pulling each other further apart. And like a bunch of us have talked about this a lot lately, and it was in Elena Cardone's book, but she talks about Clydesdales. Clydesdale horses, one Clydesdale horse can pull 8,000 pounds. Two Clydesdale horses can pull 32,000 pounds. So
Exponential.
it's exponential when you work together. So yeah, it's a little harder on the upfront piece, but it's much easier on the back end, as opposed to two Clydesdales going in opposite directions. can't pull anything.
Yeah.
So choose your hard.
Choose your hard.
And
Say it time and time again.
be teammates.
Simple as that. Practice every day like it's game day. Show up for your spouse, even when it seems like it doesn't matter. Even in the moments where people are like, yeah, but this is a game where you're supposed to be against each other. Not for us. Not for you. You show up and you practice like it's the game, so that when the game actually really happens in real life, it's second nature. There's no thinking about it. It's just reps. It just takes over, instinct. And you just show up and you conquer whatever it is in front of you.
And you
as
win!
a team. The team.
All right, so share this with your friends who are very competitive. Share it with your spouse. Share it with your business partner. Share it with all your people, because you need to get on the same page and play as a team. And we love you more. We'll see you next week. Before we wrap up, we just want to remind you about something really special we've created, the Infinite Relationship Mastermind. It's like a VIP backstage pass for anyone looking to level up any and all of the relationships in their life. And we're not just talking about the relationship with your spouse, though it does include that one. We're also talking about the relationships with yourself, your friends, your business partners, your family, all the important people in your life. This mastermind is for anyone ready to take all of their relationships to a whole new level. Whether you're thriving and you want to thrive even more, or you're feeling a little stuck and need some extra love and support.
We host exclusive live courses. We create a safe, no judgment space where members can just open up and honestly just have a ton of fun connecting with other amazing people who are building stronger relationships. And to be honest, the transformations we've seen are incredible, and it's exactly why we do what we do. It fills our heart like nothing else. Now, we are super protective of this community because it is all about trust, love, and support. So it's not for everybody. But if this does sound like it might tickle your fancy, then check out the link in the show notes and reach out to us if you have any questions. We'd love to chat and see if it's a fit for you. And as always, thank you so much for being a part of our journey on the road of life. And remember, you've got this, and we're here to help you every step of the way. So we'll see you next week.
Bye for now.
Road of life, yes, you're on.